What is going on? I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. I know it's getting a little late start today for me. Let me make sure. Mm-hmm, 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 mm. All right. All right. Looks like we are live. I'm going to have Facebook right here so that way, in case anybody comments on there. But welcome. God bless. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Oops. Yeah. So, what is up? My name is Tim. Um, all right, yeah, it's working. Okay, yeah, we're gonna. My name's Tim, and I'm the owner of Digital Kingdom Creations. That houses my multi-online businesses. I have a T-shirt brand, a coffee shop, and digital marketing, which you can get. Um, Digital products, courses and digital products, and also an author and working on, four other books. I have one out right now called Men of Action. It's a biblical men's study guide. Um, if you've gotten it, I know I've given a lot of them away. So if you're watching this and you have got it, let me know in the comments what you think of it. It was definitely something that took me quite a while to do, and I cherish it. I value it quite a bit, because it's got a lot of good nuggets in there. But I want to talk about adaptability again, and kind of just go into more about what adaptability is within, this dynamic of online business and the challenging environment. Because I've got way too many people that want the same results as everybody else, but they're too afraid, or they just want to sit on the sidelines and expect the same results as everybody else. And that's a pattern that I keep seeing with a lot of people. And you have to be able to be adaptable. And I'm one that will definitely hold your hand along the way and say, let's go. You got it. We can do this together, and help you along the way, because I think that's really important. Sometimes I think maybe we just need a little push, right? And then that little push is going to propel you into the greatest thing you've ever done, right? So when we're talking about adaptability, right, it's a key trait I believe that we need to have as, or to be, effective leaders, right? And why is it important, right? Why is it important? Well, first of all, being adaptable means that you're going to be able to adjust to new conditions and respond effectively. Oh, just a second. Oh, my back is on fire today. But you're going to be able to adapt in new conditions, and you're going to be able to, respond effectively to that change, right? That's going to involve flexibility. It's going to involve an open mind. It's going to be, it's going to involve resilience. And not a lot of people are adaptable, right? Because a lot of people, it's almost like, they expect everything to be in this cute little pile and it's all supposed to work out, right? And then when things don't go their way, it's a total catastrophe, right? Or they shouldn't have done it, or maybe they're in the wrong place, wrong, they shouldn't be doing, online business, because something happened, or maybe they lost a little bit of money and now they're afraid to lose more money. Well, no, that is a lesson, right? You have to learn and take these lessons no matter what business you're in, all right? No matter what business you're in, no matter what field you're in, these are lessons. And by learning from these lessons just means that you're not going to do them again. So if you do lose some money, okay, well, that may have been an expensive lesson, but I guarantee you, you learned something in the process and you're not going to do that again. And that lesson could that lesson could potentially be, a 6, 7, 8 figure lesson that you're going to end up gaining from that. Welcome, Raising Wealth with Colleen. Welcome. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. It is only 8:30 where I'm at, but we're kind of honing in on adaptability some more, and what it means to be adaptable in the business world. And I find a lot of people that, a lot of people, they don't have adaptability because maybe it's limiting beliefs, but a lot of times it's just fear, right? Because they're starting in this new adventure, right? They're starting this new venture. They're still working the 9 to 5. And a lot of times is what happens is something happens, right? Something happens and it scares the crap out of them to the point to where they're like, I must have done something wrong. I must have, I must be in the wrong place. I shouldn't probably be doing this, right? No, that's just business, right? That's just business. And that's how, you have to be able to, have that cognitive flexibility, right? You're gonna have to, be able to, have that emotional, what do you call it? Emotional regulation, right? And you're gonna have to solve those problems, right? And that doesn't mean that, just because you made a mistake that you're in the wrong place, and that's the great thing about this is that, this world is constantly changing, especially in this online world. You have to be adaptable because you have to be able to adapt to all the different technologies, the different trends, and you have to be able to navigate all the uncertainties within this online space because it's always changing, right? And by being adaptable, it's going to allow you to, stay, effective, because you're going to have to go back to the drawing board every once in a while and say, look, what am I doing? What am I not doing? What worked? What didn't work? Right. And, adaptable leaders, they're more likely to embrace new ideas and encourage innovation within, their teams. Right. So this is going to help lead, to more creative solutions and more competitive edge. And they're going to be able to get out there and get it right. They're going to start to have that, mindset, right? And it's going to, adaptability is going to help foster resilience too, right? Because, when you're more flexible and you have a positive attitude, especially towards change, it's going to help you remain resilient, right? In the face of adversity. I don't know how many times people come to me and say, oh my gosh, like this happened, or it used to be like this and now it's not. So now what do I do? I don't know what to do. And it's like, hey, it's okay, right? You just learn and you grow and you keep pushing, right? Whatever's going on, because that's the thing with technology, right? You're going to have to learn new softwares. You're going to have to learn new platforms. You're going to have to learn new things regardless, right? But I think the problem is we're so stuck in that mindset of the 9 to 5, right? Whereas a 9 to 5, you're trained on a certain set, right? On you're trained on a job. And then with that job, that's what you do. You don't have to really worry about expanding your. Hey, no worries. I'm glad you showed up. And I love it when people come on here and you have a good day at work, and I'll let you know, or you can find me again. I'm always on live, so have a good day at work. Thank you for coming. But adaptability, a lot of people work 9 to 5, right? We have this mindset of we work 9 to 5, right? So we're trained in we're trained in skills, right? And we don't go beyond those skills, right? Because usually there's a hierarchy, right? You're trained on this, somebody else is trained on that, and your boss and whatever is trained on everything, right? So that way you can manage. And the idea with online business is you're going to have to be trained on more than just this skill, So you're going to have to learn new skills. You're going to have to learn how to embrace change. You're going to have to, learn how to do all of it. But I think we're so stuck in that mindset to where everything's supposed to be, I guess, in a box, right? and we can't think outside that box because we've been trained to be a 9 to 5er, right? If that makes sense, and the consequences of lacking stagnation, it's going to be stagnation, right? The consequences of lacking adaptability, it's going to lead to stagnation, and you never want to be stagnant in the business world or in the leadership world, because that's gonna, leaders who are rigid and resistant to change, they're going to struggle to keep up with the evolving trends and challenges. Like, that's just the way it is, right? Which is going to lead to stagnation, and it's going to inevitably lead to a decreased morale, and that decreased morale is going to, your teammates are going to, they're going to see that, right? And they're going to see that, you are lacking adaptability, you are lacking leadership, and they're going to feel unsupported, and they're going to feel, constrained by the inflexible leadership. So that's really important, right? you know in the Marine Corps, adaptability it's a fundamental aspect of training, right? Because as we prepare, right, we face diversity and we train for unpredictability, right, in situations for combat scenarios. And it's a leadership. It's Marine Corps leadership. It emphasizes the importance of being flexible, right, and quick thinking, right? Because you're going to have to assess situation. You're going to have to rapidly. You're gonna have to adjust things rapidly, right, and make decisions, on the fly under pressure, and you're gonna have to adapt to plans as needed. And I think that's really what has helped me become adaptable in the business sense, because it's crucial. You're going to have to respond quickly to change, right? Whether you're adjusting tactics during a firefight or managing logistics in hostile environment, like, you have to be able to think outside the box, and you have to be able to be adaptable in those situations under intense stress. And that's why I loved, the kitchen world so much, because, it was high stress. It was fast paced. It was, sometimes quickly thinking outside the box, quickly adapting, quickly adjusting, and doing things that, reminded me of, being in the Marine Corps, and just having the hierarchy in the kitchen as well, and then by taking all these traits into the business world, to be honest, it's a cakewalk, in my opinion, right? Because if you've been in any of those situations, if you've been in the kitchen, you're going to be able to be adaptable in this business world, right? And as long as you keep that mindset, even if you're not techie, even if you don't know much about leadership and the business world, you're going to be able to bring those traits, and you're going to be able to use them to help your team. you know and I know firsthand about adaptability, and it's it's not just encouraged, right? It's required. And that's why I talk about mindset and adaptability so much, because it's required in this space, right? And you're gonna have to. I always think too of the story of Joseph, right, in Genesis. There's a lot of this I can take back to ancient biblical times, right? Think about this. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, right? Joseph had to adapt to his circumstances in Egypt, and then eventually rising to a position of great authority, and his ability to remain faithful and adaptable in the face of that adversity, right, allowed him to save many lives during the famine. Think about that, right? Or if you think about Apostle Paul, right, showcased his adaptability when he faced numerous challenges in when he was imprisoned, right? Imprisoned, and he was being persecuted, right? But he continually adapted to his approach to spread the gospel, and his resilience was amazing, right? And that was the success to his ministry, right? Because he was able to be adaptable, right? And again, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean on not on your own understanding, right? That's another big thing as well. What is going on here? Oh, I got something in my eye. But my computer is starting to open up files without me even opening them up. Mm. All right, let me see here. I'm frozen on Facebook. I'm frozen on Instagram. So, or maybe it's just my phone. What is going on? My computer is starting to. I'm not sure what's going on with my computer. All right. Well, it looks like I'm back. So yeah, adaptability, is crucial, right? Because you're gonna have to be adaptable. You're gonna have to be able to adjust to new conditions and respond to them effectively, right? And if you want to build a team, if you want to build a strong foundation, then you're gonna have to hone in on some of these leadership skills, right? And again, I'm not like an expert in any of this by any means, right? I'm just using my life, um where I've come from and what I've learned, right? And this is what I'm starting to realize, right? And there's times where I lacked adaptability. We all, I'm definitely not perfect, right? There's a lot of times where I lacked adaptability. I lacked leadership. I lacked mindset. And, for entrepreneurs, that can, especially in this business world, right? That can mean modifying, your business models and exploring new markets or innovating a new product or changing your strategy, completely pivoting to a new niche. That's what I mean by being adaptable, right? You're going to have to figure out how to become adaptable, and you're going to have to encourage others to do the same thing, right? Especially if they're on your team. And how long was 17 minutes? So that's, and I guess another thing too is like, how do you create a culture of that? You know what I mean? Within your team, within your community, right? How do you encourage innovation and creativity, right? But allow your team to experiment with new ideas and new approaches because, when you think about it, a lot of times we have set boundaries, right? And you're told not to really go past that boundary. But what if you were to be innovative and you were to go past that boundary, right? Think outside the box a little bit and explore new horizons. You know what I mean? And that's exactly kind of like what I'm doing with Redirect is, yeah, it's mainly geared towards digital marketing and affiliate marketing, community building and course creation, but you can it could be any job, right? I'm trying to build I'm trying to build with inside Redirect real estate or um, service businesses like landscaping, painting, those types of things. I'm working on, building those types of things out so that way when people, say, hey, does this work for real estate? Does this work for, my landscaping or painting or whatever business? I could say, yeah, let me show you, right? Because when you try to show people, it now, it's mainly geared towards affiliate marketing, digital marketing, and course creation, and that's what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to just develop, the platform and systems in place so that way people can, have you can take this to multiple different areas, you know what I mean? Because it could be essentially a gold mine for other businesses, right? And by having everything that you need in one place for your business is definitely essential, right? And that's another thing too, by being adaptable, you're going to have to learn new technologies, learn new platforms, spend a little time investing in those platforms, and eventually, you know what I mean, you're going to become an expert in those areas, right? And redirect is one of those platforms that it will invest back into you, because you are paying the $97 or the $197, whichever one it is. But ultimately, you're getting the platform, you're getting all the software so you can run your business efficiently. But then it's reinvesting back into you, because you have the daily live coaching, you have all the PLRs. So in my book, it's almost worth its weight in gold, I would say, because the daily live coaching, most people spend, $250 just for, 4 or 5 coaching sessions. But you get daily coaching every single day, multiple times a day, every day. So to me, that is in itself worth its weight in gold. And it's going to help you with your business. It's going to help you, streamline and automate your business. And it's going to help you run your business effectively and efficiently, right? And you're going to learn leadership. You're going to learn, business, and you're going to be able to take your business to the next level. And it's important to be, I guess, around other like-minded individuals, right? Because you can't fly with eagles when you flock with chickens. I say that quite a bit, right? You can't fly with eagles when you flock with chickens. So if you want to be a winner, you want to be in a better mindset, if you want to be somebody that's going to, revolutionize whatever space it is you're in, then you need to have a winning mindset, and you're going to have to be around others who are winning. I mean, that's just how it is, right? You're going to have to, be empowered by other individuals who are at a higher level, so that way you can step into that higher level. So, here's a quick exercise. Here's a quick exercise we could do. Think of a recent business challenge that you had to adapt quickly, and how did you handle it? What did you learn from the experience? Share your story in the comments, and let's discuss how adaptability played a role. Leave that in the comments. Leave that in the comments, and then that's pretty cool. I just thought about maybe doing like a little scenario towards the end of each live, and we'll see who can who can talk about a time when they had to be adaptable within their business. And you know it's important, it's important to have, foster these mindsets, right? Because what does it mean to be adaptable? Why is it crucial, right? What practical strategies can you ultimately, how can you enhance your adaptability, right? Because adaptability is key in today's fast-paced business world, right? So by embracing this change, right, staying flexible, you're going to be able to, navigate the uncertainty of this business landscape, right? Because it's a tough business out there, right? You got everybody fighting tooth and nail, right, to get their spot within this business world online. Like, everybody's trying to get us piece. Everybody's trying to get a piece of the pie, right? But as long as you start to foster these traits and start to foster, try to change your mindset, and don't let the opinions of others dictate your mindset, your actions, you know, your strive, then you're going to be golden, right? And I always say this quite a bit is, lions don't care about the opinions of others, right? Lions don't care about, what people think, say, or do. I mean, honestly. And we need to really hone in on that, because I think a lot of times, our mindset is faltered or affected by the opinions of others, and then we let it get into our head. And then once we get into our head, we're essentially, we're going to self-sabotage, right? So I encourage you to, when I do these lives, in the comment section, talk about, things that you've adapted with, or times that you had to learn how to adapt, or maybe you need to just you like these lives, whatever the case is, just leave them in the comments, right? And I'm going to continue doing these lives about mindset, adaptability, resilience, fostering just kind of like a leadership, leadership traits for people, and I'll go through all the 14 different leadership traits. That's my goal, and talk about each and every one of them. um and if you're interested to discuss this, on my live, then let me know as well. Right. I'd be interested to do live sessions, right, with you. If you want to have business coaching and you want to maybe learn how to start a business online, you can go to digitalkingdomcreations.com and set up an appointment. And I will be happy to, talk to you about your goals, your ambitions, and, how we can, monetize your passion. Because if you can think of it and you're passionate about something, more than likely you're going to be able to figure out a way to monetize that passion. So I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Until next time, be good leaders and foster adaptability within your team.